let's dive into the meat of the episode. So the biggest mistake that I see so many entrepreneurs making is that they spend way too much time working in their business and not near enough time working on their business. So why does this happen? Well, first of all, as kids and as we go through the schooling system here in North America or pretty much anywhere in the world, we're predominantly conditioned to be employees. And as an employee, the way to make more money is you work more time. If you get paid hourly, you get overtime. If you're in sales and you make more calls doing your job in that company, then you'll make more money. But here's the thing. Your business, it's not a job. It's not supposed to be a job. And if you treat it like a job, it's not actually ever going to be a successful or valuable business. So the solution to this problem is to treat your business like a machine instead of a job. And the machine has a job. The machine's job is to make everything happen so that cash and profits are produced while value is being delivered to customers. So as the business owner, your job is to build the machine as opposed to spending all sorts of time working in your business. So to build any machine, you need some parts. And the parts that you need at a bare minimum to build your business machine is you need standard operating procedures. In other words, highly detailed sets of instructions for all of your repetitive processes. Now, the reason that you need those is you're not going to be doing all of the work yourself. Instead, you're going to take people and do the work. Now, people is part 3. Part 2 is automations. Wherever possible, use software to automate recurring or repetitive processes. Use software where people would do labor that they really shouldn't be doing, because the more that you have people doing labor that software could do instead of those people, you're going to be driving up your costs, and also you're going to be making more mistakes because people are not perfect and they make mistakes. So part number 2 is automations, and then we've kind of already talked about part number 3. Part number 3 is people. Now, these people are going to be the ones working in the business for you. They're going to be following your standard operating procedures. They're going to be trained by you to be a part of the machine whose job it is to produce profits and deliver value to your customers. Now, these people, if you're just starting out, they might only be virtual assistants. Many years ago when I started out, that was my first hire, virtual assistants. And you can get a virtual assistant from onlinejobs.ph from the Philippines who will happily work for $100 a week or less for full-time effort. And these folks they can be phenomenal additions to your machine if you give them the right processes combined with some coaching and some mentoring and some accountability. All right. So now the other thing that I see a lot of earlier stage entrepreneurs and self included making this mistake is they make decisions from the mindset of where their business is today, as opposed to making decisions from where their business is going to be in the future, whether that be a quarter from now, although that's likely too short, maybe more like 3 years from now. Well, I want my business to be a $10 million business in 3 years. Well, do you think it's a good idea to make decisions as though you are a $10 million CEO or a $1 million CEO if you're already at $1 million? Well, obviously the answer is that you'd be much better off to make your decisions as a $10 million CEO. So what does that mean? Well, what does a $10 million CEO do? What does a $10 million CEO think? Well, I can guarantee you that a $10 million CEO's do list and thinking style is substantially different than someone who's running a $100,000 a year startup marketing agency, for example. vastly different mindsets. So let me talk about some of the things that a $100,000 a year business owner might do that there's no way a $10 million CEO would do. Customer service, dealing with customer service emails, copywriting, making cold calls or doing email prospecting, doing all the social media posting. All of those things would never be done by a $10 million CEO. So if you want to grow your business to $10 million, guess what? You probably shouldn't be doing those things either. Instead, what you should be doing is creating standard operating procedures so that, because that's part of the machine, so that you can hire employees or virtual assistants, also part of the machine, so that they can work in the business and get those things done for you. All right. So the key here is to alter your mindset. And I'm speaking to myself just as much as I'm speaking to you guys, because I'm not perfect either. I make mistakes, and mistakes like this all the time. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm making this video. Is you need to always think about what's the highest and best use of my time as the builder of the machine, not the line worker who's doing the do and doing the thing and digging the ditch, or whatever metaphor you would like to use.